What's up, guys, and welcome back. When it rains content in Marvel Snap, it pours, baby. And good God, we got a short novel to go through of the next roadmap for March 2023. We got a new game mode, new token shop changes. You can get a free card every single month. There's a lot to break down, so sit down, relax. Let's jump in. So let's go ahead and kick things off going into the coming soon section. So in this section, everything's pretty much ready to release, guys. They're cleaning up, polishing everything, and ready to announce when it'll be coming. We've got a new competitive mode in Conquest that we have been anticipating, card acquisition improvement, token shop revamp, rank mode improvements, and infinite rank revamp. So let's start with the new game mode, Conquest. And guys, this honestly, I just read through this, looks fantastic. Essentially, guys, they're taking battle mode, which in my opinion is probably the best way to play Marvel Snap. A lot of fun and way different than the regular ladder. And they're making it into a tournament style. So essentially, you have different ranks. You have the Proving Grounds, you have Bronze, Silver, Gold, Vibranium, and Infinite. You can start at Proving Grounds, and it's always available to play, but you essentially need to win consecutive battles in order to get a ticket to the next tier, right? So for example, winning your Silver Series will earn you a Gold ticket. Players win a League Series by defeating 3 consecutive opponents. And then you can do the Gold League, and you climb your way up. Now, why do you want to play this mode? Essentially, you're going to be getting these medals that you can use in a Conquest shop to unlock exclusive rewards. So that's awesome. It's not just for, like, you know, rank and to say that you're the best. There's actually a reason to do this outside of the regular ladder. There's a brand new Conquest shop every season with new cosmetics, including a seasonal exclusive variant that can only be unlocked in the Conquest shop. So any new currency, in my opinion, is a good thing. Makes getting variants a little bit easier. And I'm glad there's not, like, oh God, cards locked behind this or anything like that. It looks like just cosmetics, which is great for those that want to aim towards that. We think that the battle mode is a super fun way to play Marvel Snap, and Conquest lets you play it whenever you want against the best competition. And so essentially you climb your way up, playing these different tiers until you get up to the highest you can get, which would be the infinite rank. Now keep in mind, guys, battle mode is vastly different, right? You're going to know exactly the deck you're going up against, and you play it multiple times. And trust me, this does have a pretty large impact. And so it looks like you'll be climbing rank by rank and getting better rewards as you climb, and definitely some more achievement to go for rather than just aimlessly going for infinite if that's, you know, way too hard. All in all, by far, probably what I'm most excited for, and I hope that this brings a really fresh take to the game. I was hoping for a draft mode, if I'm being honest. I think drafting your decks just kind of gets rid of the meta, right? And getting sick of Shuri and Thanos. But honestly, making battle mode something that you can do for rewards and for, you know, glory, I'm excited. For instance, like Agent Coulson, so good in battle mode. And finally, you get to have a little bit more creativity in your decks. I can speak because I've been in some tournaments, and I'm winning with Agent Coulson against, let's say, Thanos Leech decks. It's just a lot different than ladder, and this is awesome. It looks like it'll be coming in June. All right, next up is probably one of the biggest ones, in my opinion, card acquisition improvements. We have token shop revamp as well, but I'm definitely curious to see what they have here. Now, it looks like that they want to make new cards more interesting, and right off the bat, guys, it doesn't look like things will not be launching at Series 5. I was really hoping they addressed that. Doesn't look like they did that. However, they did announce that they're going to make tokens a lot more easy to get. In fact, for people in Series 3, 4 times more tokens, which I can speak to. I'm in the later pools where I'm getting these kind of tokens already. And I do have a good amount of tokens to get the new cards, so this should speed up you guys getting the new cards and make them a bit more interesting. Although I will say I do wish that they would have made this Series 3, 4, 5 releases. I think overall it's just a better in the long run. But who knows? Maybe that'll come in the future. But they do have something that I'm jealous. I wish I had this when I was playing in Series 3. Choose your own card. Series 3 cards now have their own section in the shop. Once per season, players who haven't completed Series 3 will be able to claim one free Series 3 card to help them fill out their favorite deck. Yo, that's pretty cool. So just once a season, if you want to get Mystique or, you know, whoever it might be, you get them for free. And they want you to go ahead and be able to have those tokens for Series 4 or 5. But I would still argue that you probably want to just have 1,000 token unlocks instead of doing Series 4 and 5 for the most part. But at least this kind of ramps up the rate that you can get these cards, and not a bad solution. Again, let's kind of see how it all settles down once it's been out for a little bit. I do wish they would address the whole Series 5 thing, and we have all kind of spoken up about it, but maybe this does solve it, or at least makes it a bit easier. You know, I know they don't want everyone to have every single card, and you're certainly, you know, entitled to your opinion on that matter, but it does look like you're getting a lot more cards, at least, and definitely excited that the majority of the player base is going to be able to have more cards, make more decks, and everything that comes with that. All right, so token shop revamp, guys. So they're dividing the token shop into different sections. This is actually what I predicted them to do, and it looks like that we can target our desirable cards even faster. So we have now a weekly spotlight that you can go ahead and get the newest card, Kang, Master Mold, whatever's out that week for players that are more complete in their collection. There's a separate section for Series 4 and 5. And this is pretty cool. It kind of defeats the purpose of making them like ultra rare, kind of how they originally announced it. But this is way better. You can have, you know, your own section here. You don't have to open up your phone and like Galactus is up for the next 8 hours and you're like 2 cards into pool 3 and you're like, what the hell am I going to do with this, right? So has its own section that's great as well, and it rotates every 8 hours. And good God almighty, ultimate variants are going to have their own section. This should have been at the very beginning. Nobody wanted to go in and see a Namor variant, and now here it is, guys. So ultimate variants are going to have their own section as well. So the whaliest of the whales, you can get your ultimate variants. We have rank mode improvements, and these were desperately needed. It says, we've been hearing your feedback about rank mode, and we agree it's time to make some changes. And my gosh, guys, just it's been all over the place with how you rank against other players. I know for myself that I've seen in like my Discord that I'm ranking up against people that are like 50 below me, 50 above. It's crazy, and now it looks like they're bringing some stability. Matchmaking algorithm, essentially now you cannot rank against anybody that is 30 ranks away from where you're currently at. Definitely an improvement for those that are going against infinite players at like rank 50. Infinite MMR, this is huge for infinite level players. Essentially, first of all, you can't tank your score. Once you hit infinite, it takes a picture of your, let's call it just your rank, right? Or how good you are at the game, for those that don't know what MMR is. Matchmaking rating, and you can't dip below that. So you can't just like get up to infinite, tank, and use like, you know, I don't know, a pixel dex or something to start playing easier players and making it hell for them. Also, infinite versus infinite only. I think this is going to be controversial in some matters, but I do think it's probably important, because if you're at rank 95 and you're playing an infinite player, they got nothing to lose when you have everything to gain, right? And so they're going to be restricting that, and hopefully this does alleviate all the bots at infinite rank for a lot of the people out there. So definitely a good change. I do wish they would address the bots at lower rank, and maybe that comes here in a second. But for the most part, thumbs up for the rank mode improvements. All right, so we have infinite rank revamp coming up next, and this is actually nice, right? They just changed the way that you rank, and for a lot of people, it's a lot easier to climb. The plus 50 cubes, the 5 ranks at a new threshold is incredible, and it makes it a whole lot more easy. But they're not done yet, because once you hit infinite, for content creators, for people that are just like grinders and they want to be the absolute best, there's not much to do after that, because it's just kind of a floating against bots for a while. But now it looks like it's just the beginning. So we have skill rating score. This is a score that's like your personal skill rating. You'll be able to see it after each match. And if you're more interested in increasing your personal skill from season to season, this is the number for you. So this is great for like the top end, right? And definitely something cool to see. You know, leaderboards are great. I don't think you need them for every rank, but obviously towards the top of the ladder, that's good to have. Leaderboard ranks. Your friend has always claimed that they're the best Marvel Snap player. Now it's time to find out. This is a leaderboard number based on the ranking order of each infinite player's skill rating. So it is, it's time to sweat, guys, and see who truly is the best Marvel Snap player. Good stuff there. I think this is obviously good. You got to find a balance of the competitive scene and the casual scene in these kind of games. And it looks like we did get some nice casual updates. And here is our kind of competitive update, if you will. So that's the stuff that's coming in the immediate future. Now let's move on to the in development section. And this is stuff that they're dedicating team resources to, and they're trying to get this stuff out in the future. And the first kind of head scratcher is that the PC widescreen UI is still in development. And that probably just means they're putting a lot of effort into making this as good as possible. You know, time and time again, I'll keep saying that I don't want them just to release what we have now in a widescreen mode. You know, make it charmed, make it feel great and fresh. Smart Decks is also still in there. I think Personally, that's not the greatest thing. I think there's other uses for their time than smart decks, but I know for a good amount of people, it might be nice. We have avatars and titles by deck. Okay. Personalized shop and global matchmaking. So, interesting stuff there. Definitely the PC widescreen UI, by far the most hyped, and I know that the player base is going to grow exponentially when that does launch. So good to see that that is still in development and they are working towards it. And lastly, we have the end concept, and that is we have big dreams about what we'd like to bring to the future. And this is kind of stuff that they might bring. They're kind of throwing it out there, hearing the feedback that we might have. And located in this section, we have guilds or social systems, collectible emotes and card emojis, mythic variants, PC controller support, seasonal audio, and test deck mode. So the only one they really jump into is the test deck mode, and this is actually, I feel like, the perfect solution. Unranked mode, I get it, but at the same time, you don't want it because, you know, it would kind of drain out the regular ladder, and then we're getting another game mode, and you want to have as many players, you know, in the pools as possible. But essentially, they're kind of looking at a feature that you can just take a deck and immediately hop against a low-stakes game against a computer and see how, like, opening hands go and things like that. And this is great. I would love for them to get, you know, on this as soon as possible. No one wants to jump into, like, the ladder with your freaking X-Men deck and you get clapped against a Thanos, right? Now, on top of this, the guild social system, I'm all for. Definitely want that. I think it'd be so cool to log in and see, you know, where my brother or one of you guys are at on your current rank, what deck you're using. They could really make this a good feature. Collectible emotes and emojis. Hell yeah. Give me that. And the seasonal audio, again, I've said it on the Snapchat. If I hear the same song one more time, guys, it's great. Their music team, 10 out of 10. But it does get old, right? And so this would definitely be refreshing. Kind of wish a lot of this would move up to the in development section and move some of these down maybe. But good stuff here. So definitely a lot to absorb. Again, when it rains, it freaking pours. And we got a lot of content to talk about. And all this doesn't even include next Tuesday, most likely. We have a giant balance patch coming to the game as well. So overall, like a 1 through 10, what do I rate the roadmap? Guys, I'm going to give it about an 8. The 2 points are going to be minus because I did want them to address the Series 5 thing going on. And selfishly, I wanted a draft mode because I think it makes the meta way more interesting and you have different ways to play the game. But Conquest looks pretty dope. Looks pretty sweet. I love the fact that there's custom rewards. I also think the stuff that they're kind of working on is great. The competitive and casual split of content and dedication looks to be a good mix to myself as well. Heck, maybe I'll bump it up to a 9. But let me know down below what you guys think of the newest update and roadmap. And this is all without just talking about the balance ahead. Now, if you do enjoy Marvel Snap content and you want to see more daily content, guys, be sure to subscribe down below. Help support myself make this content a ton and want to keep on doing this full time. Hopefully you guys have a good day, and hell yeah to these big changes in roadmap up ahead. Have a great one. Have a good one. Until the next one, happy snapping.